All right, welcome to part 3 of the endurance race. We're at Spa, or Circuit de Spa Francorchamp. So we're trying to farm an easy 1.5 million because you get the clean race bonus pretty easily. Let's make sure we're on full fuel. We got a full tank for the last 24 minutes because we're in a GR1 or GT1 car. We're in the 962 Porsche, 962C Porsche. We're going to be able to have that tank of fuel last. We've thrown on the racing hard tires now that we're out of the pretty awful rainstorm. And this is part 3, so we're doing tips and tricks on how to farm and make lots of money so we can get the cars we want in the game. Use the transmission for braking, the motor braking, and we've turned stability control. Ideally, almost started to slide out there. Ideally, we would put we'd be able to do no stability control, but we've run at 5 for so long, and I am a beginner, somewhat experienced beginner, I guess, but still a beginner nonetheless. And I'm hoping that you're willing to watch, follow along, and we get better together. And if you're already better than me, great. Help the community out here. Add tips and tricks of your own. So here, not gonna let go of the gas. I can do it, not letting go of the gas other than a very, very brief half pedal let go. Motor braking, so that I can brake more last minute. Always using the markers there. So I started braking, what was that, at the 100 marker? Right after the 150, actually, before the 100. Here it's gotta be before the 100 because the track's pretty damp. So right before the 100. So actually next time I'll be able to do it right at the 100. So racing like in life, try again, learn from your mistakes. Now let's watch the fuel consumption. That was 2 minutes, 1/8 tank. So we might not have enough fuel to get through, but hey, once we get to the half tank mark, it's pretty slow, but I'm doing it much slower this time now that we still have damp surface. Once the sun comes out, if the sun comes out and dries the track, we'll try to run through there close to 140. Oh, you can see the track is wet. I tried braking and was in a bit of a wet spot, so we have to sort of hunt out the drier spots on the track here. So few tricks, real easy one. That one is saying the next corner I need to take in 1, use the motor engine braking to slow the vehicle down. Then here I'm going to put it in 2nd and then take off. That's a trick I got from Rory Alexander, my favorite YouTuber when it comes to sim racing. And we're sim racing here because we have 2 Porsche 911s, a black 2000, which is really pretty low mileage for the year, 2000 convertible with 125,000 kilometers, and the 148,000 kilometer red Porsche 911. It's a 1999. That I'm gonna be tempted really to bring on a racetrack because it already has the clutch for it and the brakes really hard. So because I was low 2nd, I was not worried about adding gas and taking off. I wasn't worried about rear wheel spin. So here's the thing, if you're a true beginner and with no stability control, you're constantly spinning out. If you're worried you're gonna get tired of the racing and just give up altogether, before doing that, turn stability control up to 5. That's what I had done, and raced at 5 for quite some time to get to know the tracks better. And now that the tracks I do know, while I'm running stability control at 2, why not 0 to get the most out of it? Because it's too frustrating for me. I'm not there yet. Got to take baby steps to becoming a faster driver. So here at the 100, just right before the 100. So next time I know at the 100. Now there I should take off in second to be safer, but instead I just didn't put the pedal to the metal. Didn't go full throttle right off, because going full throttle when you have next to no stability control. No stability control means the tires can spin, which means faster times through the bendies. And stability control at 5 means you won't spin out when you full throttle out of a corner. You'll never spin out, but you'll also not get nearly as much time. There, once the pavement's dry, we can be at the 50 mark when we start using the brakes on a dry track. Oh, that's a bit too much track that I'm using there on a car this low. So here we're on mid 1, so I can still give it gas and take off. Had it been at the top of 1, I would have upshifted here. Mid 2, so still don't have to upshift. Here I'm gonna half throttle through. Full throttle. Let go of the throttle, then right back on it. Oh boy, so there's a lesson learned. The GR1 cars really, at least this Porsche, really as a GR1 car, with it being lowered and having a ton of downforce, does not like it when you cross the candy canes. The yellow and red candy canes on the side here. The left side of the car went out and just kind of flipped the car up, threw it into a spin when we tried to get back on the track. So I didn't full throttle it there because I didn't want to lose control. Stability control 5, I could have just really given it. So we learned last time that at the 100 we could start braking. So maybe the track's still a little too wet to brake at the 100, or I need to better use the motor engine braking for that. So let's go, let's try to see, once this dries up, I really want to see, yeah, we can see from the car up ahead, the track's not dry yet. Really like to get a 219. Oh, recovered. We'll take the time penalty. Time penalty is way better than running into the wall or spinning out. Need the sun to come out here, dry up this track. Oh, those, wow. With if you're gonna tune down a GR1 car, really watch out for the sides here. And the GR1 car, to tune it down, I had to put the horsepower down to 70. So the least amount of horsepower. And the downforce, minimum downforce. Still a ton of downforce though. Great, good deal amount of downforce. 500 in the front, 1,000 in the front. 1,000 in the back, I recall. Heck of a lot better than the Porsche GT3, for example, in regards to downforce. Oh, it's squirrely. Ah, I could feel it losing control at the high speed. It was starting to float. We're 1:05 ahead because we're pitting less, one less pit than the competition. They just, last lap, just took off their intermediate intermediate tires, or they burn through them and they put intermediate tires on again because the track's still wet. Not going to go too fast through here because of the wetness. Play it safe. Wow, those candy canes are really working the car. Really sending the car in a bit of a spin. Ooh, don't want to be full throttle when the outside of the track's wet like that. The outside is still very wet. So you don't have to be pedal to the metal all the time, and actually sometimes it's actually the worst thing to have the accelerator all the way to the buried to the floor. Gonna be real careful through here. Slow down more than usual because the car's lifting and the track is pretty kind of still wet. Yeah. That's 222, I think, is for me is a good time on a wet track. Oh, that's right, that's right. The outside of the track is wet. Full throttle all the way down the straight. Start braking at just before the 50. Use some of that engine braking. Oh, it's going to be... I don't want to get out in the water here. Come on, get back in. I was turning the steering wheel, but it just didn't seem to want to grip and get back in. I guess I should have been a little more violent with the steering wheel, a little more aggressive. Oh, not more rain. I'm not set up for this. Oh. Okay, I thought this would be an easy 1.5 million farming. But if it's gonna rain, it's not gonna be easy at all. Yeah, look at the water coming off the back of that Porsche. Oh, let's avoid the wall. That was a very light touch. Came out pretty lucky. Oh, this is not fun. Let's maybe do it in second here. Oh, I'm about to get hit pretty hard. No, I got out of the way. Good. Oh, intermittent tires. Intermediate tires, sorry. Silly me. Not intermittent wipers. It's intermittent wipers, intermediate tires. I mostly speak French about 95% of the time. So I'm losing a bit of my English, I guess, from lack of use. Now watch it get sunny right after I throw on the intermittent tires, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm a minute 12 ahead, and I don't feel like having more slide outs like that. Maybe it's a mistake, but come back for part 4. Part 4 of the Spa race, which has gone really well and really badly at times. Let us know what tires you think we should be throwing on.